I'm here at the Region 10 Education Service Center. That was established in 1967. It was set up through the Texas Legislature, and it was supposed to be 20 service centers that were established to service the school districts. And so this one in particular, it's one of 20 across the state. Region 10 serves about 130 ISDs in multiple counties. I believe there are 10 counties that they serve. And it started out through the legislature, set up in '67, so that it could service the school districts and bring in professional development. And when they're training the school districts on new technologies, they would come here. It's also where a lot of the professional development has taken place, where the teachers are indoctrinated. People wonder where a lot of this stuff comes from. It goes through the service centers and then is deployed to the districts. And we have one of our trustees in Richardson ISD. She actually works here at the service center, and she is implementing a lot of the teacher training, and the teacher incentive allotment is also run through here, which was brought to us by the Commit Partnership, kind of a shadow nonprofit that runs a lot of the school districts behind the scenes, like Richardson ISD and Dallas ISD, and it's run by Todd Williams. Now, the TEA has paid the Regional Service Center, I believe it's $234 million just in fiscal year 2024. So I'm asking people to start paying attention to the CAFR, the annual financial report of the ESCs, and the 990s that they're supposed to produce every year, which oftentimes they do not. So we have to file public information requests. These education service centers often are used by the TEA commissioner to steer contracts and run vendor deals through them, like the high quality instructional materials, HQIM is what they call it. Judith Kaufman runs that here, and so she does the training for Amplify. That's the vendor that was steered the major deal during the pandemic. TEA paid them $50 million, and then that morphed into, after several rebranding efforts, because they got caught, they started rebranding Amplify as other things. Texas Bluebonnet is the most recent name. It's about 70% Amplify, and the rest was state created. It's now a state curriculum. They're a state vendor of the state is now a vendor of the curriculum. So that's run through here as well. There's also Greenlight Credentials, which is a for-profit company that does the blockchain wallets, where student transcripts and information is stored on the blockchain wallets. And that was a massive deal that was run through. It's run through Region 10. So the founder is Manoj Cuddy and Eric Reeves. Eric Reeves is Ross Perot's son-in-law. So Eric Reeves is also on the Region 10 Board of Directors. So Marath, the TEA commissioner, appointed him. Major conflict of interest. Their lawyers came after me a few years ago when I was sounding the alarms on this, and anyway, they got off my case when I proved that I was right about this. There is a conflict of interest. And so I think what we need to do is a federal audit. We also need to file the public information requests, which I mentioned, of all the 20 service centers across the state. So we're asking our families engaged members to show up just like I am, do a quick video of details on their regional service center, so that people can understand, where's our money going? Why are our property taxes so high? It's not just the school districts. So yes, of course, that's a huge part of M&O. And then the bond debt that's running through our school districts and gouging us as property taxes, as taxpayers. But the service centers are unknown to most people that they even exist, much less that money's being laundered through the regional service centers, and people have no idea. So we can request this information, we can demand transparency. I'm asking that we not only shut down and collapse the Texas Education Agency, but also the laundering schemes going through the service centers. So shut down the regional service centers as well. Return that money to the taxpayers and the local ISDs, so that they can pay and train the teachers with the money saved on all the experimental technologies that are being run through these service centers. And I'm sorry, it's so freezing cold out here, I'm shivering. The EIN, the employer identification number, is 75-1 724-9185. We can demand a federal single audit of the education service centers. Let me see if and I mentioned Tabitha Branham earlier, which she's the RISD superintendent. Her husband actually works here in the data services center. So it's a major technology hub of the school districts is the regional service center. Let's see if I forgot anything. I think that's it. So just want to sound the alarms and draw your attention to this, because I think that once we understand where the money's going, then we can have a call to action for our legislators to demand an audit of these wasteful entities that are gouging the taxpayers, and that's why we can't afford to live in our homes. That is why our cost of living is going up so much, is because all of the money that's running through this, that's not going to the students and it's not going to the teachers. Thanks.